Hey guys, it's Phoebe. I hope you're all safe and well. I'm just going to show you a really quick clip to demonstrate how easy it is for Armchair Detective Alan Vinicum to lie. How easy the words just come out of his mouth when he lies. Buckle up.
Well, Dylan Torman and my friend Chrissy Quinnell are engaged to be married as soon as possible.
So they're engaged to be married as soon as possible, and AD has to get in on the act, doesn't he?
No, she's otherwise detained. She's with the world's press.
Oh, so she's with the world's press, the Daily Mail. And why would you be interested in that, Armchair Detective? I wonder.
World's press.
So because Chrissy is now having her 15 minutes of fame, AD is desperate, absolutely desperate, to get in on the act and insert himself into their lives as much as possible. Just listen to this.
It all started here when Chrissy and her mum were good supporters of the channel. And I said to her, why don't you write to Chris Watts? He might talk to you. He might do.
Can you just say that again for us, Armchair Detective? One more time.
And I said to her, why don't you write to Chris Watts?
Oh, I see. It was Armchair Detective's idea. It was AD's suggestion that Chrissy writes to Chris Watts.
And I said to her, why don't you write to Chris Watts? Well, she did. And Chris Watts looked at it and he thought, I can't do it, there's too many women. And he gave it to Dylan Torman, his friend.
And we all know what happened after that. Chris apparently gave her letter to Dylan Torman, and he then wrote to Chrissy. So let's just hear Chrissy's side of the story.
And then the way I met Dylan was I sent a letter to Chris Watts. I sent Chris a letter. I said, I was saying hi. The reason I sent him, to be honest, I just had this feeling inside me, just send him a letter, send him a letter, send him a letter. And there was just a voice inside telling me, and I just sent a letter. The reason I sent him, to be honest, I just had this feeling inside me, just send him a letter, send him a letter, send him a letter. And there was just a voice inside telling me.
Well, I don't think it was AD's voice inside telling you, was it, Chrissy? You haven't mentioned Armchair Detective at all. There was nothing like, oh, AD, you told me to write to Chris and he passed on the letter. Oh, AD, thank you. If it wasn't for you, I would never have met my fiancé. Or, oh, AD, I had your voice in my head reminding me of what you said when you told me to write to Chris Watts. I'm just going to let that clip run on a little bit longer so that you can hear all of Chrissy's paragraph, and you know that I haven't cut out any pieces that would indicate that she did acknowledge AD. Bear with me, guys, it's not very long.
And there was just a voice inside telling me, and I just sent a letter. I explained who I was. I talked to him about something personal that was going on in my life. I, just kind of put out there that, stay positive, God bless, hope all is well. And a couple of days later, I received a letter from Dodge Correctional, and
Wow.
It was from Dylan.
So AD is so desperate, absolutely desperate to be famous, in inverted commas, isn't he? He has to insert himself into their lives to say, if it wasn't for me, I was the one that told Chrissy to write to Chris Watts. And he never did. He never, ever did. It's a lie. And how easy is it for him to lie? How easy.
And I said to her, why don't you write to Chris Watts?
Oh, it disgusts me, guys. He disgusts me. It is so easy for him to lie. He did have a little laugh, didn't he, at the end? Oh, I have no words.
You're going to see Chrissy all across news channels, mainstream media in the next few days. Not my fault. Yes, I started the ball rolling.
You are an absolute liar, Armchair Detective, a liar. Why didn't Chrissy acknowledge you when she was explaining in quite a bit of detail why and how she got in touch with Chris Watts? A little voice inside was telling her, and it was not your voice, Alan Vinicum. You disgust me. And yes, people will say, well, if he disgusts you, don't watch him. But we have to watch him because he tells so many lies and he puts out so much misinformation that we have to then put it all straight and let everybody know that he is lying, he is making it up, he is fabricating, he is speculating, and he's getting it all wrong. So that's why we watch, because we then have to put the records straight, guys. That's why we watch. Not because we want to, we just need to do the right thing. Okay, now I've had a rant. I'm just going to give you 2 recommendations. They're actually podcasts. One that I've already mentioned, but it is so good. Real Crime Profile. And they've just done 7 episodes on the Watts case, and they are so interesting, intelligent, smart conversation. There's 3 hosts. Jim Clemente there on the right, Lisa Zambetti in the middle, and Laura Richards on the left. Laura Richards is an amazing woman. Jim Clemente is a former FBI profiler, and also he was a New York prosecutor. He's amazing. He really is amazing, Jim Clemente. They've also done work on the John Benet Ramsey case as well. And there's Laura Richards. I just think it's nice that you can see what the people look like and put a name name to their voice. And that's Lisa Zambetti. She's a casting director on Criminal Minds. So yeah, they've done 7 parts so far, 7 episodes, and they've also done episodes on Don't F with the Cats, which is really interesting. And they've done a profile on the Aaron Hernandez case as well, and also a Central Park jogger case. And her name was Liz Ratcliffe, which is The Staircase, of course. Really interesting. Real crime profile. It's a bit tricky on their website to see the episodes, so I use an app which is free called Podbean. So that's the podcast app that I use, and I would recommend it. As I say, it's totally free. It doesn't cost you a single penny. So the second recommendation is Generation Y. It's hosted by 2 guys, 2 friends, Aaron and Justin. Here they are. They're really good friends, and they've done some absolutely fascinating episodes. Again, really structured, intelligent conversation. I highly recommend the Generation Y. Let's just have a look at a couple of episodes that they've covered. The Skylar Nice case, which was an absolute tragic case, wasn't it? Well, they all are. Kendrick Johnson, really intriguing as well as tragic. And Ray Rivera, that's another really intriguing case as well. So yeah, Marty Tancliffe, part 1, and then they do a part 2. He was wrongfully convicted, and if anybody wants to hear about somebody being coerced into a confession, I would listen to the Marty Tancliffe episode. And finally, Ben McDaniel, which is one of my absolute favourites. It is a real mystery, guys. So yeah, the Generation Y. I hope you enjoy them if you do listen to them. And I've left the links to their podcasts in the description below. I'm going to leave it there, guys. So thank you for sharing your time with me. I really appreciate it. So stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. I love you lots, and I shall speak to you again very soon. Bye bye.